Hey, so we've talked a lot about the piano conceptually, and today we're actually going to start playing it. We're going to play a C major scale, and we're going to use that scale to introduce the concept of intervals. Okay, so I'm here at my keyboard. Right here is middle C. To find middle C on your keyboard, you can count from the bottom. It'll be the fourth C from the bottom, C1, 2, 3, 4. Or more quickly, you can find the brand name of whatever your piano or keyboard is. In my case, it's Yamaha, and that middle C will be to the immediate left of that. So a full scale is going to include one of each letter name. In the case of the C major scale, it's all white keys from C to C. And then generally we play going back down as well. So there's a specific way we want to do this. There are specific fingers we are going to allocate to different keys. This is because over time we've discovered that there's the quickest and easiest way to play in a certain key, to play a certain scale. For the most part, for most major keys that we'll be playing, that fingering for the right hand is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you forgot your finger numbers, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So for the right hand, the fingering going up from this C to this C, from C4 to C5, one octave, is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's easier said than done. Going from one position to the next does take some care, and it takes some thought. So the general rule is when your thumb is moving, it's gonna move under these fingers. When these fingers are moving, they're gonna move over the thumb. In our case, our thumb has to swing under from its position on C to F. So it's just gonna be this gentle lateral movement under those other fingers. Thumb swings under. Once that thumb is playing the F, the rest of my hand comes with it, and we are at the top. Coming back down, it's gonna be the same fingers on the same keys, but now these fingers have to go over the thumb. So coming back down, it's gonna be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Third finger swings over the thumb, 3, 2, and then that thumb sneaks back under, and there it is. There are two positions that we are playing in when we are playing the C major scale. The first one is fingers 1, 2, and 3 on C, D, and E. Then the thumb swings over, and we have fingers 1 through 5 on F, G, A, and B. So you can block these chords, which doesn't sound great in this circumstance, but is helpful to let you understand the different groups that we're using. So this position first, then we play up here, and then we're back down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Played one at a time. Okay. Then obviously that transition we want to be smooth, and so when you play it, you couldn't tell by listening that we switched our hand position. So practice slowly. Anything, any scale, any piece of music, for any musician, you have to start practicing slowly and then speed up. So definitely be deliberate, take it one note at a time, take it at a pace where you can be consistent in terms of the tempo. One note to the next, it should all be beat, 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 like that, okay? Keep practicing that. So now that we're becoming familiar with our C major scale, I wanted to introduce intervals. So we talked last time about how it's these spaces between notes, the relationships between notes that really define how something will sound. And we discussed whole steps and half steps. So a half step is one key to the very next key. A whole step is one key, and you're skipping exactly one key going from there. Okay. However, obviously there are many different combinations of notes that will create different sounds, and they all have their own specific interval, which again is defined as the measurable distance between two pitches. So now that we're looking at the C scale, let's focus on all the intervals we can play coming off of C. We're gonna stick with the white keys for now and just worry about single number intervals. So intervals are gonna have two aspects to them, a number and then a quality. Today, we're just gonna worry about the number. The quality is a little bit more difficult to understand. We'll look at that later on, but the number is pretty straightforward. So we're gonna play all of these off of C. So if I was playing a C and I was singing the same C, we would call that a one or a unison because that's the exact same pitch being doubled. If I play C and then I play D, that would be a second. So normally when we count distances with things, we count the first motion as being 1. But when we count an interval distance, you need to start with the initial pitch. So C would count as 1, D would count as 2. Thus, it is a second. If I'm playing C, then I'm playing E. We are counting the initial position. We are counting the destination. We are also counting any letter names that are being skipped over, in this case, D. So C, we're skipping over D and playing E. So the distance between C and E is a third, we would call it. C to F, you guessed it, would be a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F. E to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C to A, a sixth. C to B, a seventh. And then C to C, that higher C, that's an octave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Now, of course, these intervals all don't have to spawn from C. This would be a fifth. G, A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth. This would be a third. B. I'm skipping over C and playing D. That's a third. This would be a fourth. E, F, G, A, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on your piano, if you have a piano at home, try to play different intervals using just the white keys. They all have their own distinct sound. This is a fifth, 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 fifth. Now, if you play B to F, you would be right that it is a fifth, but it's not going to be a perfect fifth, and you can hear that it sounds not quite as consonant. There are two terms we use when we're discussing whether or not essentially two notes or more sound good or bad together. Consonant if they work together, and dissonant if they sound kind of not that great together. So B to F. B to F is a fifth, but it's a different kind of fifth that we'll talk about later. However, any other fifth using the white keys is going to be a perfect fifth. And try to find your thirds. Some will be major, some will be minor. We'll discuss why next time. But all thirds sound pretty good together. Fourths as well. And then practice that C major scale. Next time we'll look at the C major scale in the left hand.